let's get ready for Tonka!
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Welcome to the Royal Rumble on J-ROYL, everyone. My name is James, and this is where we get fragrances to fight to the death. If you enjoy fun fragrance fighting, then freaking subscribe. Today's bottle battle is a redundant rumble. Two fragrances in my collection that serve very similar purposes, so let's find out which one I like better. Dior's Feve Delicieuse versus Guerlain's Tonka Imperiale. Although some doofuses may disagree with me, for the sake of this video, I'm classifying these both as niche fragrances. They're exclusive, and they're expensive, and they're meant for a smaller segment of the population. That's kind of what niche means. Even though Dior makes clothes and makeup and stuff, but whatever. Feve and TI are some of the best Tonka bean-based fragrances on the market. They're both beloved in our fragrance community, but they both have some similarities to them. Obviously, Tonka bean is the main thing here. Feve Delicieuse translates to delicious bean. Tonka Imperiale, Imperial Tonka. Starting with Feve Delicieuse and its long, crazy list of notes, to me this is nearly the epitome of the gourmand or edible category, with notes like vanilla, caramel, cherry, praline. There's also just a touch of a fougere type of quality with the lavender. On my skin, I do get the lavender in this. The lavender does tend to elevate it beyond just a completely feminine, sweet fragrance. Tonka Imperiale, on the other hand, takes a note from Lomi Dial's playbook and has almond as well. Instead of relying on a ton of dessert-like sweetness, the sweetness in Tonka Imperiale is really the tonka bean and the almond. But where it gets interesting is with the introduction of a slight smokiness with tobacco and incense. Further along in that dry down, the tobacco and the incense starts to fuse with green woods. A little bit of pine in the dry down. So let's talk about the performance of these two fragrances. Longevity has to go to Feve Delicieuse. Feve is a heavier fragrance because of the added sweetness, and it does stay sweet for a very long time. In some cases, I get about 10 hours on my skin. In other cases, I get about 16. So it does seem to vary quite a bit for me. It's undeniably a very long-lasting fragrance. Tonka Imperiale is in the 8 to 9 hour category for me. It's a little more consistent, but just a touch less long-lasting than Feve. Projection-wise, again, another edge to Feve Delicieuse. While they both have fairly strong projection for the first hour, Feve Delicieuse keeps on going with that projection. It's still an arm's length after 4 or 5 hours on my skin, while Tonka Imperiale gets pretty close to the skin around the 3-4 hour mark. I feel these fragrances have similar power, but the note composition is in Feve Delicieuse's favor. It's really sweet, it's really in your face, and it makes its presence known. Price-wise, Feve Delicieuse is the clear winner. Personally, I paid more for Tonka Imperiale, even though this is 75 ml compared to 125 ml. And this is the worst value size. If you get the 450 ml bottles, which you'll never get through, the value is gonna be incredible. Scent definitely goes to Tonka Imperiale for me. My two issues with Feve Delicieuse is the fact that it's very linear. It sort of stays the same on my skin throughout its entire lifespan. And also, it's not very masculine. The funny thing is, I don't even think it's overly feminine either. It's just really sweet. It doesn't smell girly or manly. It smells delicieuse. Tonka Imperiale has lovely depth to it, in my opinion. Off the top, it's all about that Tonka, but its mid and dry down is awesome to me. It really evolves really nicely from your standard gourmand into a beautiful, sweet, woody green type of fragrance. That subtle transition to its smoky green quality is very cool. For the compliment factor, when I burned through 10 ml decants of both of these, I got one compliment with Feve Delicieuse. I was at the passport office, getting my passport renewed, and the lady looked at me and said, are you eating a candy? It smells good. It's a compliment, but it's her complimenting my sugar addiction. I didn't have a candy in my mouth. I was probably just like chewing my tongue or something. Now we need a winner, guys. Who wins this redundant rumble? Tonka Imperiale.
No, God! No, God, please Please, no! 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 No!
This was a very tough decision for me, guys. And I'm not even being contrarian because a lot of people prefer Feve Delicieuse. But at this point in my fragrance journey, the most important factor to me is the scent. What this smells like is what's most important to me. And although Feve is undeniably beast mode and it smells great, Tonka Imperiale has more practicality to me. A lot of people think this is more feminine than masculine. I don't. I love the journey that this fragrance takes me on. I can wear it in more circumstances. It's really cozy off the top, but then it really becomes something magical with that greenness. A greenness that I don't hear a lot of people talk about. What's your favorite of the two? Or if you know some other banger Tonka-based fragrances, you can let me know as well. All of our links to the Facebook group and Instagram are down below, and if you like what you see, then go ahead and subscribe and like this video. Winner! Tonka Imperiale. Peace.
Flash the camera, Phil. Flash the camera when they come past.